Good afternoon and good morning, depending on where you are watching. It is an absolute pleasure to have your company. My name is Craig Laird, and I am here with you Monday to Friday for an hour and a half for Wake Up Call. Wake Up Call, we get to give you a sneak peek, or I get to pick out certain products from throughout the day and get to highlight them, and in my creative way that I want to do that. So today, with it being Wednesday, and it's Wednesday, it's the 2nd of June, with it being Wednesday, it means, of course, we wear pink. I'm not the only one in the room that's wearing pink today. More on that just shortly. But let's have a look and see what's coming up on your Wednesday, the 2nd of June. We are, afterwards, when it comes to Wake Up Call, we're going to have a launch day. So Sarah's going to be back in the building. She's going to be launching our brand new Centerpiece Create a Card dies. These are simply phenomenal. I am in total love with them, and I can't wait to show you them, being my first demo. We'll go over them in a little bit more detail, but that will be 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then what we're going to do, with it being Wednesday, it's the staple show of a Wednesday, that being Creative Cravens, where the Robinson is going to be back. Debbie will be in, and she'll be having a look at lots of things also coming up throughout Creative Cravens. That, of course, is going to be 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. But while all this is going on, up until midnight on the 6th of June, we are celebrating Tiffany's 1 year with us at Crafters Companion. So what we've got a little promotion for you guys at home. So if you spend £30, $30 or €30, you are going to save £5. So you're going to see it here, there you go. So £30, $30 and €30, you're going to save £5, $5 or €5. If you spend £50, $50 or €50 or more, you're going to then save £10, $10 or €10. If you spend £80, $80 or €80 or more, you're then going to save £20, $20, €20. So that is to celebrate Tiffany, Totally Tiffany, being with Crafters Companion for 1 year. So you can see that we've got a good selection of things from launch day, maybe things you've not seen for a while, coming up in Creative Cravens. But while we go and get ourselves sorted in a moment or two, I'm going to bring back the man himself. I did say I'm not the only one in the room that's wearing pink today, and Joe's joined me wearing the pink.
I have, because from now on Wednesdays, Craig, we wear pink. That is it. Them is the rules, and that is the way that it is going to be. How are you today, Craig?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much.
Good.
Very well, yes. Sun's out again. I got a couple of hours in the sunshine yesterday afternoon before I got some prep done. It's out again today. So yeah, I'm feeling really happy and refreshed and buzzing for today.
Absolutely. Yeah, when the sun's out, it just makes all the difference, doesn't it? It is Wednesday, so as well as wearing pinks, we also talk about random crafts of kindness, which is lovely. And we'd love you to share your random crafts of kindness stories with us. So as you can see here, share an image and story of something you have made to brighten a stranger's day. We'll share those stories every Wednesday on Wake Up Call. That's today, this show, and you can email them to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We can spread that crafty love around. Lots of you tuning in saying hello from all over. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do so in all the normal ways. Crafters TV if you are on Facebook. Also Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube, which is fantastic as well. So do make sure you get in touch with us. Lots of you are saying hello already. Remember, make sure you take advantage of that Totally Tiffany deal, which is running up until the 6th of June at midnight, wherever you are. Lovely day for me today, Craig, because I've got a bit of, I love a triple Craig day. I love a triple anyone day, but I've got a mixed bag. I've got like the Holy Trinity today. I've got Craig, then Sarah, then Debbie. It's going to be quite the day, not only because of those reasons, but because of all the fabulous products that are coming up. Isn't that right, Craig?
Yes. Absolutely, that is correct. We're going to be kickstarting it off with a launch day with our brand new Centerpiece Create a Card dies. Now, I said at the start of the show, I absolutely adore these ones. Now, with it being launch day, we are already giving everyone a saving. Every single one of you, whether you have been with us for a while or you are new to us, everyone's going to get that saving. So let's have a look and see what you're going to get when it comes to your Create a Card dies. So these ones coming up on your screen in a moment. £62 here in the UK, $80 for you guys stateside. That is your Centerpiece Create a Card die collection. 8 dies and 10 sheets of Centura Pearl cardstock, bronze Centura Pearl. Now, as I said there, everyone at the bottom of your screen gets that saving. However, of course, if you're in Club Inspire, you're going to be paying even less than that. We have got these gorgeous design dies. Now, these are going to create your panels within your cards, you know, vertically or horizontally. But what these are really good for as well, at the moment, slimline cards are all the rage. So popular, especially for you guys stateside. You really have been doing these a lot as of late. So within these ones here, you're enabling to do that, but do dimensioning, do big cards, do small cards, etc., etc. Now, when it comes to the price on your screen, here in the UK, you're already eligible for free postage and packing. For you guys stateside, free shipping. Absolutely, it's going to be free shipping for you guys stateside, so you can then of course know that you can pop them into your basket and know that they're going to be winging their way all the way to you, and you can get creative when it comes to our Creative Card Centerpiece dies. So that's what's coming up in launch day. And then what we can do, actually I think we've got something that's just actually going to highlight the value of these ones here. So these ones this is what's included, so you can see you've got your individual dies here, $9.99 or $12.95. So each of them are $9.99 or $12.95. But the usual price, if you were to go for them individually, you can see the usual price on your screen. So it would tally up to $82.91 here in the UK, or $108.09. But look at today's price, £62 or $80. Now, of course, if you're in the platinum, you're saving 20%, so it comes down even more than that. So you can see there, simply phenomenal when it comes to that value of your creative cards, your Centerpiece creative cards. So that is something that you really do want to take into account when you pop them into your basket. But then something that you could easily start to use to decorate the outside or around your actual centerpieces when it comes to alphabets, and that is the Eclipse stamp and die sets. We've got these ones coming up on Creative Cravens. So when it comes to Creative Cravens, and that is the Eclipse stamp collection, 60 elements in total. Now you can see on the screen there, $38.46 for you guys here in the UK, $45.32 for you guys stateside. Everyone gets that saving, of course. If you can, if you are in Club Inspire, you're of course going to be paying even less than that. So you've got your alphabets, which I do tend to use more as individual alphabets than I do stamps or Eclipse effect. So you can see here, that is the value on your screen, but we're sticking with Creative Cravens. And with this one here, also what we're going to be coming up with later on in the show, and this is going to be all about, are you ready for this one? The Liftables. This is the super fun Liftables. Do you know what? Why not use them in conjunction with your centerpieces? Why not use them in conjunction with your Eclipse? You can absolutely do that. These are the Liftable die collection, 60 elements in total. $48.99 here in the UK, $69.75 for you guys stateside. Now, these are 60 elements because every single die is a separate die, and it enables you to do lifting. So part of the image will die cut, the remaining part will actually just lift out or pop out. Absolutely genius concept, so simple but so fun to create as well. So when it comes to Creative Cravens, that of course is going to be 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. But if you want to go back into launch day, that will then be 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, or 7 a.m. Pacific Time. So you can see, this is why it is an absolute jam-packed day. Lots of things, it's all going to work and complement with each other, or keep it completely separate if you want. So by the time I get myself across there and Joe does some of your comments, I'm going to be rearing to go when it comes to our Centerpiece creative cards, Joe.
Absolutely, loads and loads of excitement today about this brand new launch, as well as everything else that's coming up in the show for you. Geraldine saying good morning from upstate New York. Good morning, Geraldine. Terry Lee's in. Good morning, Sassy Crafters from a dark morning, Arizona. Sassy, us, crafters? I think not. Patty me? I think so. Patty saying as well, good morning from Michigan. Evangeline is in Guam. Lynn is also joining us from Lake Placid, Florida. And Linda's saying good morning all from Maryland. Apparently, Craig, we are like two Pink Panthers today. We are indeed. Do you know where the Pink Panther likes to go on his holidays, Craig?
You're the way to Martin Parker, aren't you?
Durham. Durham. He goes to Durham, just up the road here for his holiday. He loves the cathedral, apparently. Right, loads of things that I've got to tell you about today. This week, well, we had a Get It, Got It Good, which Get It, Got It Went. So I hope you get it, got it before it got it went. But we've got another Get It, Got It Good for you, which is just as good as the previous Get It, Got It Good. So it is an amazing restock option for you. You're going to get 3 packs of our Nina Solar White cardstock, which is back in stock. So you get 43 sheets of that one, and then you're going to get 3 packs of the watercolour card, which is 45. Actually, you get 48 of that one, sorry, and 45 of this one. You get 93 sheets in total. It's an amazing deal for you, £19 or $28. It only lasts a week. However, it's while stocks last, because Mondays this week came and went in one single day. So make sure you are stocking up on that. Claire's loving those creative card dies already with the stag and the deer. It looks like a Harry Potter thing. And Wendy says, I ordered these dies on Sunday. Managed to convince my husband I really, really needed them. I mean, you're preaching to the choir here, Wendy. I think you all really, really need them. Right, if you've got any more questions or comments, get them in to me as we go through the show. And I'll pop them across to Craig. But Craig is literally cock-a-hoop over there. He's like a coiled spring ready to burst into action, aren't you, Craig?
Absolutely. I absolutely adore these. So do you know what? Let's go in and let's show you some of these finished samples that you can see just in a moment or two. Now, this is your Centerpiece Create a Card dies. Now, these create your slimline cut-in designs. So whether you're doing small or large, or as I said towards the top of the show, if you are doing your slimline cards. Now, this full image here is what's die cut. All of this inky background, that is a separate element on the back. So you can do your cut-ins, you can do your distressed backgrounds on the back. You've got the fairy there. Another one this time using sparkle pens and some gilding wax. That's with the butterfly. Here's another take on it on a slightly larger card. So lets you see the back there. So that's where it's been cut into your card, that you've got that panel in the middle. But you could do it in the middle, to the left, to the right, at different angles. It's entirely up to yourself. But some are vertical, some are horizontal, so do them into your stepper cards. And the good thing with these, Joes, is you can keep these as very, very simple as you want when it comes to coloured cardstock. But then if you like to do your backdrops with your inks and your sparkles, you absolutely can. Look at that one there. Layering up
stunning, aren't they?
2 die cut pieces, white and black. Isn't it stunning?
Really lovely.
Absolutely.
And do you know
gorgeous.
what, Craig? I mean, the centerpiece for a project, yes, absolutely. But how about great just for adding embellishment to, you know, a project that you're already working on? I think they're a nice enough size to do that, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. They really, really are. So they all differ in size very, very slightly. You know, they're along the same lines, but they do differ very slightly. But you get that whole idea. So yeah, if you've got a panel, Joe, if you've got an element at the side you want to fill up, absolutely use them. Why not cut them in? Use them as stencils as well. Mist through them, paste through them, spritz through them, all these different things that you can do through them. So what I'm going to do is, I've managed to get twisted some arms, so I've got a little bit extra time. So I'm going to kind of do 2 demos. One being a short one, showing you the main concept, and then another one that is then going to still show you the concept, but take it that little bit further. So what I've done here is I've taken some of our navy smooth cardstock, and I've cut 1, 2, 3 1/4 by 7 inches. 3 1/4 by 7 inches. And what I've done is I've done a score line at 1/2 inch along the top here. I've taken another bit that's also 3 1/4, but it's 7 1/4. No, it's not 6 1/4 from top to bottom. And then that's going to create my little card blank.
Nice.
So I've got my little card blank here. Now on this one here, let's bring in the Woodland Fairy. So with the Woodland Fairy, this is 6.2 inches by 2.5. So whether you're going small, whether you are going large, the fact that these are cut in, this is what I absolutely love. And you know from the past, Joe, you know from the past how much I love our, when I say normal creator cards, but you know, our square and rectangle creator cards. And these are taking it to a completely new level. Completely new.
They
level.
have loads and loads of loves for these in the comments, Craig. A lot of people getting their orders in already. Renee is also saying good morning from Atlantic Beach, NC.
Wow.
NC, which state is NC, Craig? North Carolina. Thank you, Ina. I'm on vacation, but watching. Lovely. On your holidays. Oh, are you sipping on something gorgeous? Probably not, because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Maybe having a glorious breakfast. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Renee. Maybe you have got a pina colada on the go. Who knows?
That's what they say. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it? Especially when the sun's out.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. A little tipple in the sun. Drink responsibly, obviously, don't spill it.
Of course, don't spill it. The last thing you want to do is spill it. Now look at that.
Beautiful.
Lovely little panel, all die cut, beautiful. But what I'm going to do is I've taken a piece of white cardstock. This is our white smooth stamping card. And I'm going in with my water reactive inks. So I'm going to add some fuchsia.
I'm going to say it, Craig. Brace yourself. Georgina, mute yourself. You know what these give you, Craig?
What's that?
A great opportunity to craft with some of your other stuff in the background.
It's a good one, though.
I can hear the eye rolls in the gallery,
I
Craig.
even heard the tumbleweed roll.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't get a good reaction the first time. It's not going to get a good reaction now, is it?
No, very true. Very true. It's a good one, though.
It's a good opportunity to craft. That's what we all want.
Yeah, and I'm presuming by you saying that, that's something that gets a lot of rolled eyes, is it?
Oh, yeah. I came up with it the other day in a show with Sarah. She loved it. Everyone else thought it was the cheesiest thing they'd ever heard.
I was about to say, because I'd never heard of it before.
It ain't easy being cheesy, Craig.
No, well, it's easy sometimes. Sometimes. You're the master of it.
Master du fromage, that's what they call me around these parts.
Is it?
No, but maybe they should. Prince Ping Pong is what you've got to call me for the rest of the day.
Oh,
and
so
I have
do.
not had a cup of tea yet today, I will add.
Oh, I
Didn't
totally
even get an
forgot about
offer today of a cup of tea from Craig, so what's that all about?
I totally
To be
forgot.
fair, I do always have my coffee from the canteen first thing in the morning, so that's probably why.
Yeah,
I'll let you off,
I can't
Craig.
make it as good as Christina.
Oh no, she's the queen of the coffees, is Christina.
Or should I say, I can't make it as strong as Christina.
Oh, I've had to. I was double parking the coffees, wasn't I, before Cartload? And this isn't Cartload.
No.
Before Wake
Wrong
Up
day.
Call last week, and one day it got a bit much, didn't it, Craig? I was a bit too giddy before the show. I've had to go back to a one coffee situation in the mornings now.
You did. You had the sweats on for sure.
I did indeed.
Like-
Sarah Brown says, OMG, I think I need these dyes. I think you need these dyes as well, Sarah. They're the one thing, Craig, I think we've launched over the last few weeks that people seem to be really buzzing about.
Yeah.
Like looking at the finished projects that have come from the design team as well. You know, you can just really tell they've loved putting these together.
You can. And I think on a grand scale of it all, yes, these are relatively small in comparison to some of our creator cards or collections we've had. So because of that, it obviously makes the price down that little bit more. However, these are still just as versatile as your larger creator cards, any other products that you've got within your range that you can use, because they are cut in, they're centerpieces. So you can absolutely go far and beyond bringing in any of your cardstock. For instance, I've done my inky background, but Joe, the other week we had all that gorgeous, adorable, scoreable and mirror card from Hunky Dory.
It was actually on last night's launch party
was
as
it?
well, yeah.
There you go. So you could easily be adding strips like that. Now, I would come along and add a sentiment, potentially even add some acetate on the back to strengthen it. However, that in itself is your centerpiece card. that you can make. So whether it's a slimline card, a DL card that you can see here, but we've created our background. So very, very quick, very, very simple. You can get a really effective card.
Just thinking about it, Craig, as well, could you, I'm seeing that in my head, I don't know why, on a slightly larger card, could you use a couple of edgeables either side? Is there anything to stop you doing that? You know, like we do like the double edgeable side? Yep. Imagine that with then like a central banner of that through the middle. I mean, I think you're going to have loads of other dies and stuff in your stash that this is going to play nicely with, would you agree?
You're right, you're absolutely right, because keeping in mind it's cutting into your card. Now, I'm popping it into the centre, because obviously the side. If it was a bigger card, you can do it to the left, to the right, you can do it wherever you want. So if you've got that panel in the middle of your card and you want to add edgeables at the side, you can absolutely do that. You can do all these different things with your different dies that you've got at home. So think about your double-sided edgeables, all those different things that you can do. But by keeping it very, very simple like this one, no problem whatsoever, and you get really, really fantastic results. But what I am going to do is we're going to bring in another piece of cardstock. So I've got a piece of ivory cardstock, and I've got a piece of this wood, this bark effect, and this is from our original.
I really had to resist the urge to bark there.
To bark. Oh gosh. You're in one of your brilliant moods today, aren't you? I love it when you're like this.
Oh, I'm in a funny one today, Craig. I really am. Do you know what it is?
What is it?
I don't know what's happened to me, Craig. I think I think it's since we had Janine on the show.
Yeah.
She's transformed my life. I got up and did a half an hour of Pilates this morning before I came to work. And do you know what? Pilates, Craig, one of those things, looks easy, doesn't it? Looks like one of those things, you know, you just do. You just stand there, you know, just raise one leg for a little while. Oh my word. I was a trembling, sweaty mess, Craig. And then I did 5 minutes of meditation before I came in as well. I feel like I'm ready to slay the day.
I have to say though, agreeing with what you said, Joe, since we've had Janine on the show, I have to say my downfall was always the amount of water or juice that I would drink. I never drank near as much as I should. And boy, I'm doing well ever since Janine was last on. I'm doing really well with the amount of... it's not that I don't like water, but I do need to have diluting juice in it. So
this is something I don't get, Craig, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick it up after this project. Well, let's park that.
Okay. Right.
I'll put it on the list.
You're going to pop it onto the list?
It's on my mental list to come back to.
Fab. I look forwards to it, unless I'm getting a telling off.
Probably will.
Probably will. So here we've done the one with the stag. How lovely does that look, Joe? And with this one, and like many of them, they could be different occasions. So if you want to do this in blues and silvers and white, it could be Christmas themed if you wanted to, or obviously greens and your browns and be in the forest. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to bring in our Spring Forest 6x6 embossing folder. And this is the one that came with our aperture dies. And I'm going to run this one through. So this one can go through our junior as well. So the die cut layer is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then this one, I'm going to double check, because I can't remember if I've done it quite 1/4 of an inch, because I'm doing it slightly different for this one. So this one was 6 inches by 4 1/4. So this is slightly thinner. So obviously it's the same in height-wise, but it's not quite as long. It's 1/4 of an inch less. So the reason being, is what you could have done, my initial idea was that you could then pop it flat, but by popping tape at each side, so down there and down there, making it a bit smaller, buckling it up in to match each edge, you can create a domed effect.
Could you have done it with like a back flap as well if you wanted to, and stuck it from the other side?
If you wanted to, okay. Yeah, because all the way round, because it cuts in, you could have easily have kept a little back flap down at each side, and then you can then create that domed effect. So there is different ways around it. But let's go and, instead of doing that, let's keeping it all flat. I say flat, we are going to be using some foam pads, of course. And what I'm doing is I'm using some of that bronze that comes within the main bundle. So it's not 2 sheets you're getting or 5 sheets, you are getting your 10 sheets, which is 310 GSM. And we've got that within the bundle as well.
Fantastic.
So layering these ones up. And what you're going to find today is this is going to be the largest card I'm going to do. All my demos are relatively small, which is going to please a lot of you guys stateside, because I know you do a lot of smaller cards. My base is A5, but this is the biggest panel that I'm doing, so I could have made it even smaller if I wanted to. So I'm popping
I like it with
on.
that big matte layer. It almost becomes like a mount, doesn't it? Like, you know how you'd mount something in a frame?
Yeah.
And I think absolutely, you know, lots and lots of beautiful mats and layers, as you often do, Craig, are lovely. But I actually do quite like it when you go for that smaller first matte layer.
And I do as well. You know, I really do. But every now and again, I like to bring in that big panel, that big focal point of the eye that I go on about. And saying that, you really don't need much with these dies as well. And it amazes me sometimes that a die or a stamp can have very little imagery to it and still make a statement like these ones do. You know, in comparison to some of our other creative cards, you know, we'll have full-on edge-to-edge designs. This is the centerpiece panel, but it still makes such a statement. So that is the amazing thing that Leanne and the product development team come up with. So I'm adding a little bit of seal brown, and I'm going to go heavy around the edges and lightly within the middle. And then what I'm going to do is let's bring in my tape runner. We can layer this one up. The one with the stags, we're going to go in with some foam pads. And then to finish off, what I've done is I've taken one of our past swash stamps. So I've already stamped it out and layered it up onto our bronze. And that's going to go along the bottom.
Very classy, this colourway, isn't it? The bronze and the cream together.
I love it, yeah. It's a really nice combination to have together. You know, whether you're going to use cream and bronze separately, whether you're bringing them together, it works an absolute treat.
I also love the idea of using them as a topper like this, Craig, because it means that even if you may be cutting dies of something you've not used before, maybe you're not a big fan of vegetables, maybe you're a bit of a purist when it comes to crafting, using them as a topper, you're not really changing anything you're already doing, are you?
No.
You are literally just taking that top layer, and rather than using a decorative topper, you're using these as a topper instead. So if you want to use them in their simplest form, you've got the option.
You do, you've got the option. And do you know what, Joe, if you want to trim them down even more, you absolutely can do. So you don't have to go that full width, which is 6.3 inches for these ones. You can then trim them down even more if you want. Die cut a couple more. Fussy cut out the stags and pop them in. Maybe remove a couple of these tree barks if you want, the tree trunks, you can do. There's lots of different ways that you can carry these forward.
It really reminds me of some sort of like theatre show or something like that, you know, like Into the Woods or something. I think it's because of the way the landscape ones are laid out. They look like a stage in a theatre almost. Really, really interesting. Valerie says she can see these dies in her future. Do you know what, Valerie? I can see them in your future as well. Joe says, good morning from South Dakota. I just purchased these fabulous dies. Now I have to get ready for work. Terry Tom says she couldn't resist, Craig. I couldn't resist either. I saw the dog and was only going to get that one, but then the flowers, the butterflies, the deer, oh, and gosh, I just have to have them all. And the thing is, when you've got that free postage incentive, it really does make sense, doesn't it, to go for the whole collection. Not only are you getting the best value, you're getting the free postage, and if you're a gold or platinum, you're going to get that upgraded postage as well, which is fantastic.
It is, it's good. Lots and lots of benefits we're going for them today. And now all I'm doing here, I didn't plan on doing this, but I just thought let's go for it. I love it, Craig. And let's show how you can absolutely alter them in different ways if you want. Take out some of them if you wish. I'm going to lay that straight over the top. Let's press that one in. Let's bring in our sentiment. And many of my sentiments lately, I've done long sentiments. Now, I don't mean necessarily the stamp. This could literally say made with love, but I make the banner quite long. So over the edge of my card or project.
I guess if you didn't have a swash stamp, you were using a regular one, Craig, could you just sort of, with something like a fine line, could you just sort of put a squiggle in to get that same effect?
You absolutely can. Have a look at the fine liners. I know that we've had them in goodie bags in the past, in Spectrum Noir bundles in the past, and these are good ways to use them. So within that one there, doing a little bit more layering, still got in the same concept that we talked about. So the main concept is where you can then cut them straight in, make a lovely little card, but tag maybe a bookmark if you wanted to.
Love the bookmark idea, Craig. Yeah,
really nice, isn't it?
Really
so you
gorgeous.
could tape that all down, Joe, and there's your bookmark.
Perfect.
If you wanted to. Or still showing that middle part, trimming out different elements that you need, and that works a treat. And then I posted this on social media this morning, Joe. I'm not sure if it was you or Ben. A couple of weeks ago, I had our 12 by 12 stencils on the show. And I'd done some inking using, it was one of the yellows and one of the purples. Done a little bit of heat embossing with some of the embossing powders we had. And this is
it was with me, yeah.
Was it with you, yeah?
Yep.
This is what I had left over. It's been sitting on my desk at home for a couple of weeks now, and then I've used it with the panels. Done a white layer on the back, done a bit of a shadow, black frame all the way around, and that's it. Put thank you on.
And the thing is, I mean, I'm not, not taking anything away from you at all, Craig, but the concepts with these are very simple, aren't they? They are concepts that pretty much everyone's going to do. You're not having to do like a double, triple Fandango card in order either to use them. You cut it in and you're done, you're good to go.
You are, you really, really are. So if you do have a die cutting machine, and say obviously they'll go through your junior and that, no problem at all. A little bit wider for some of your smaller die cutting machines, but junior, midi, etc. absolutely can. So really good for beginners as well. So
Awesome.
If you want to get your hands on these ones here, these are what's coming up in launch day. Centerpiece, create a card die collection where you're getting 8 dies and 10 sheets of Centura Pearl, £62 here in the UK or $80 for you guys stateside. Now for you guys stateside, you get free shipping and handling. Here in the UK, you're already eligible for it. But I tell you what, do you want to see again in a little bit more detail actually the value of when it comes to these Centerpiece dies? Yes, I hear you say. Have a look at this. This is individually in the Create a Card bundle. They are $9.99 or $12.95 individually. So there is the bundle on the screen. That would work out, usual price, £82.91 or $108.09. Today's price, £62 or $80. But if you're platinum, it means you get 20% off. You're only paying $49.60 or $64. Of course, then you're entitled to free shipping, which is including you guys stateside as well. So you can see that that breakdown really does hone in the quality, of course, of when it comes to the dies that I showed you, but the value when it comes to that offer that we've got within the bundle. So 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific. Joe and Sarah has got 2 whole hours with these centerpieces, and I know Sarah's got a jam-packed show lined up of all the different samples. I think you've had a sneak peek of some of what she's doing, Joe, haven't you?
Yeah, I have indeed. She's got absolutely loads planned. She's in the building. I've just seen her snooping around outside in stealth mode, Craig. She's no doubt checking out your demos, I would imagine. I want to tell you about something else that we've got on the show for you. It is the Colorblend pencils. These are awesome. Got a half price deal on these as well, which is brilliant. We haven't bundled them together. We just thought we'd give you a half price deal, and then what you'll be able to do is decide for yourself which ones you want to go for. A great opportunity as well, maybe if you own a few of these, to complete your collection, because you're not having to buy a whole collection. What you're actually getting here is 24 pencils in each collection. Now they are the most amazing quality. They are artist grade. They've got top quality pigments in them. There's no fillers, no talc in there. They blend beautifully as well. If you've got the blending solution, you're going to be able to use that in conjunction with it too. You've got lots of options when it comes to these, so I'm going to whiz you through them right now. So let's start off with this one. So this is your primaries, and in here, of course, all your primary colours. I'll pick out some of my favourites as we go through. I love the mustard. I also love the flame red, and the velvet in there are all truly delicious. This one here, this is your shades and tones, and in here you've got oyster. I'm loving that Admiral blue in there, and that night sky is also absolutely gorgeous. This next one here is the florals for you. Really great. I think Colorblend pencils work so well with doing all of your florals. florals, specifically kind of tropical florals, which these are great for allowing you to do. You've then got your essentials in here. You've got the white in there, which is awesome over black card, but things like the twilight blue, the pink violet. Whenever I pick my favourite colours out, I always notice, Craig, it's always the blues and the pinks and the oranges in every single one. I'm very, very predictable. Some say predictable, I say familiar. I think it's a nicer word. And then you've got your naturals in there as well. Forest green, I'm loving this duck egg blue in here too. They are brilliant, they blend seamlessly. If you want to go for the blending solution to go with it as well, that would be another great way to go. I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing these featured as well in our launch day show a little later in the show. Valerie is asking, is the US shipping, is the postage for US customers as well? Yeah, absolutely. So postage incentives are something we're going to try and do a little bit more of going forward. So absolutely, where you see free postage, that is applicable to all our customers. If it is not applicable to all customers, then we will make it clear. But yeah, free postage for everyone on these, which is why I think with this particular collection, with the cutting creator cards, whereas normally I'd say they're available individually, or maybe you want to go for a couple of them, I think with this deal particularly, absolutely go for the full collection, and then of course you are going to get that free shipping. Now you're going to get free shipping on that. Let's talk about though all of the exciting options in which we ship our products to you guys stateside, but also all the details of Club Inspire.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
All the details there of shipping, as well as Club Inspire, which is fantastic. Now, what I was going to say to you earlier, Craig, is we were talking about water and juice and drinking more water. Something I don't understand, as someone, I love water and drink lots of it, is how you can't like the taste of water. Because to me, water doesn't really taste of anything. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, yeah, so I can't say that I don't like the taste of water. It's the amount that we have to drink, it's boring. And you know, it's like, oh, I don't want to drink that again. So I want some kind of flavour in it. That's why I put diluting juice in. It makes it more palatable. Thank you. Can I just say as well, got a little bit of a mix in the team this afternoon. So we've got Georgina is back in the building. Afternoon, Georgina.
Hello.
And good afternoon, Charlotte.
Afternoon.
So it should be Charlotte and Johnny. Johnny has taken a little break's holiday.
He
He's
has.
off resting, although with the kids and Gemma, don't think he's getting much rest.
No.
But it's nice to have Georgina and Charlotte together. It doesn't happen often. But that was Georgina just agreeing with what I was saying as well. It's not that she doesn't like water, it's just it's boring having to drink just plain water, Joe.
Charlotte, though, is from Morpeth. They love water there. Lynn says, I was opening my... The thing is, to me, like, saying that you don't like... It's not the taste of it you don't like. I'm really getting on my soapbox about this today, aren't I? It's a bit like saying I don't like the smell of fresh air. That's how I always think with people. Because my mum doesn't like the taste of water. And I'm like, what does the water taste like in your house? Maybe we need to get you a filter or something, Mum. Anyway, shall we move on, Craig? I think we should.
We will. Oh, to me.
No, I was going to read something. I was adding drama. I was taking a dramatic pause.
Yeah, no, you do you know what I'm doing? There's something here, Joe, that's annoying me.
Oh, what is it?
There's like a box of stuff that's in view that shouldn't be there. It's annoying me.
Lynn says it was Lynn's 50th yesterday. Did you have a couple of cheeky drinks last night, Lynn? She says I was opening my packages that were just delivered. The first package was all 5 tins of the Colorblend pencils, and the second was the new shape jigsaw dies. I'm a very happy bunny. I hope you had a lovely day, Lynn, and you're finding some opportunity to get yourself crafting. Marcia says, I'm totally with you, Craig. Can't stand. I can't stand it. I can't stand. What is that? I do turn into like a little old lady from Georgia every now and then, don't I, Craig? She says, I can't stand plain water. If I have to drink it, it has to be flavoured. There you go. Where are you on the water debate at home? Let me know. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion across on YouTube. Do let me know. Claire says, I can't drink just plain water either. I have to have it flavoured or with squash. I think me and you are in the minority here, Charlotte.
Although you guys stateside, you have to buy your water, don't you? You have to buy your water. Most of the UK, it's drinkable out of the tap. Certainly up in Scotland anyway, you're easily enough nice and fresh straight from the tap. So, yeah.
Taylor's just let me know as well, the US doesn't have squash. Squash is like a fruit concentrate, I guess, liquid that you add into water. Taylor, our social media superstar. Taylor, do you have like an equivalent to it then, or would you just have like soda? I don't know, let me know. But yeah, we are out on the water debate, Craig. Yeah. I didn't drink any water for years, and now I drink about 4 litres a day, and I must say, I do feel the benefits. Anyway, enough about our dietary needs and requirements. I think we should get on, don't you?
I think we should. What I'm going to do is let's answer a question from D Maddox on YouTube saying, the colours that are on the cards Craig just showed, is that before or after blending solution? Didn't use blending solution, used water reactive ink, so just blended them straight onto our white smooth stamping card. So hopefully that helps for you, D. But yes, I didn't drink as much as I should have, and then Janine came along on a past wake-up call, and something just seems to have just clicked in. And I'm very, although I do need the toilet a lot more than I used to.
You do what?
Do need the toilet more than I used to.
The little boys' room?
The lavatory, VC. Yeah.
Well, if you need to go at any point in the show, just let me know. I'll talk over it.
Oh, well, here you go, Joe. There we go. I'll leave that with you, and we'll see you later.
He's back. He's back. It's fine.
I'm back. So what we are doing is I'm going to go in now with our clip. Actually, do you know what? Don't, Craig. Show the boards. Show you what you're getting. Let's show you when it comes to these ones. So this is what's coming up in Creative Cravens with Debbie and Joe. Now these ones here are all about your Eclipse effect when it comes to your dies. If you are unfamiliar with what that is, then have a look at this finished sample. We're going to end up making something similar. So this is creating your background. It could be stamp background, it could be pattern background, die cutting a word and lifting it up on foam pads or of course onto glue gel and creating that Eclipse effect. So within here, what you've got is you have got your alphabets and your and. Now, every time that I show these Eclipse, I'm always honest with you and say 9 times out of 10, I use these as standard alphabets for personalising my cards and projects. Including yesterday, my brother is 40 on Monday. So yesterday I made his card and I actually used these for the big sentiment with his name. And
Nice.
I used the cut-in numbers for the 40. So this is where I use them as standalone, but you can be using them as your actual Eclipse. But then what you're getting within the bundle as well is you're getting stamps that you can then start to do your backdrop. So this is where you do your own designs when it comes to the background. So we've got our stars and celebrate. We have then got our beautiful blossoms. This is actually what we are going to be using within the next demo. We've also got birthday balloons. And then we've also got, last but not least, schmetterlings or butterflies in flight. Now, yes, these come as part. Gosh, Charlotte, your voice has gone down deep there. Oh, I'm not the only one that.
For anyone that doesn't realise what just happened is Charlotte disappeared. She needed to go to the loo for clarity. So she called Adam in, but no one said what was going on. So suddenly, Charlotte just magically morphed into Adam.
Just disappeared and went there. Yeah, as I say, she's been drinking a bit too much water. Anyway, let's have a look and see what you can be making.
She's very well hydrated.
Sorry?
She's very well hydrated.
She is indeed, yeah. And you know what we're like on Wake Up Call? We're all family and friends and we like to share.
Oh, yeah.
Too much sometimes, but we like to share. Absolutely, Adam. TMI. I'll show you the cards, will we? Let's have a look. This is what you can be creating. So this is using the stars and balloons. So you've got the It's a Boy. Now, of course, if you do go down the boy, the girl route colour-wise, you could easily do this in pinks. If you don't know the sex of the baby, do it in ivories, do it in yellows. You can absolutely do that. But then start to bring in your concept aspects of your card. So Z-fold cards, nothing stopping you from using them within the strap. All of this has been decorated using the stamp set, added one little die cut double-sided floral die, but then small cards, and again, concept cards. So using them not only in the main focal point of the sentiment, but using them as the stopper as well. Slimline cards or bookmarks or tags. Look at that. Using the star and saying star within the middle. Then, what about yesterday? We had our brand new resist stamps. So you could be doing something very similar to this. And on this one here, you've got your name of Granny. So it could be any family member. Or, what about die cutting the letters out first, then running them through your 3D embossing folders? So you could be using them that way. So keep it very, very simple in the way that they're intended, or you can do all these different techniques, whether you are advanced or maybe that you're starting to grow in confidence, then this is the sort of thing that you can be doing with these ones. So much fun, and in some ways I like to think it is a 2-4, maybe in some ways it's a 3-4, because you're using them in the Eclipse aspect, but use the dies as normal alphabet dies and use the stamps as they are as standalone. So you've got lots of different ways in which you can use them.
We've really set the cat amongst the pigeons with the water chat. Charlotte is back from the bathroom now, you'll all be pleased to know. Vicky, it says, I put frozen raspberries in my water. What a lovely idea that is, Craig.
That's a nice
idea. It chills it and gives it a lovely raspberry flavour. Renee says, I have a reusable bottle and I fill it with filtered water from the fridge. I drink it on the way to work with meals. I like it plain. Delicious. Linda says, here in Springfield, Ohio, we are blessed with wonderful drinking water straight from the tap. I cannot stand flavour in my water. There you are. Kristin adds lemon and cucumbers into her water and packets of flavouring. Now, lemon and cucumber water is chef kiss. It really is. Alison Soberman says, I'm going to have to burst Alison's bubble here, I'm afraid, Craig. I drink my coffee plain black and I get to therefore count that as my water intake since it's considered clear. I'm afraid coffee is a natural diuretic, Alison, so I don't think it counts towards your water intake. It actually makes you get rid of water, is my understanding. I'm not a doctor, I don't know if you've worked that out, but anyway. Valerie says, well, I'm sold, just purchased the dyes, couldn't pass it up. Still very busy on those cutting dyes, Craig. But who knew that water was such a divisive topic, Craig?
Who knew indeed, I know. Who knew indeed. Although I have to say with Alison, I also like my coffee black as well. Well, both my tea and my coffee I have black. But yeah, it's flavoured juice that I add into my water. Funny how some people, we can just be so different. obviously, you know, you don't want everyone to be
Gosh,
the
imagine
same.
how boring it would be if everyone was the same, Craig.
I know.
So
I know.
dull.
It would be such a boring life, wouldn't it? What have you got? Oh well, no, because you don't really have diluting juice, Joe. I was about to say, have you got a full?
Do you know what?
favourite
I don't have. I kind of stopped drinking fizzy drinks at the start of the year, like generally full stop, Craig. But I do love. I only drink really coffee and water now. That's it. But I do love, as a little treat every now and then. I do love a beer and a glass of wine, obviously. As a little treat, they do little cans of like Italian fizzy lemon in the supermarket.
Yeah.
You know, the little fancy ones with the silver bit on top. The San Pellegrino ones. Every sort of once a week or so, I have one of those. Oh, that hits the spot, Craig.
That's your little treat for
That's
yourself.
my little treat. Yeah.
Good. We all deserve a treat.
But I remember a juice, or a squash as we call it, always reminds me of my grandma, because she would always have Robinson's orange barley water, and it was the only place that it ever was. And it was, barley water was like a really specific type of orange squash, Craig. It was very, very cloudy.
Yeah.
And like, if I tasted it recently, and it literally, you know, when you taste something, it completely transports you back somewhere.
Yep.
I hadn't had it in. She's no longer with us, unfortunately, but I hadn't had it in about 15 years, maybe, and I had it a few months back. And it's so funny how like different things evoke different memories, isn't it?
It does. Yeah. I'm like that with Ribena.
Yeah, Ribena reminds me of being a kid.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the same now, is it? Because
No.
obviously we have the rules have basically changed in the UK, and the way that manufacturers put sugar in things has changed because for tax reasons. Essentially, we have a sugar tax now in the UK.
Thanks, Jamie Oliver.
What it means is that a lot of recipes have changed, haven't they? Like Iron Brew, Craig, prime example, doesn't taste the same anymore as it did for the old recipe. Lucasade's a prime example. They're still delicious, nothing wrong with this, but it's an across the board thing. But Ribena, I remember Ribena in a glass bottle, Craig, and it was like treacle. Do you remember pouring it in? It was so thick.
So thick, lovely and gorgeous. And yeah, not as much the blackcurrant Ribena, but the strawberry Ribena, or back in the day, they used to have orange and apricot Ribena.
Wow, I never had that one.
And it was in the little cartons, you know, the little cardboard
Yeah.
cartons.
How
and
awesome.
That reminds me, certainly the strawberry nut reminds me of my nan and granddad,
Yeah.
who was on that scrapbook picture I'd done that other day.
Let me know at home if there's anything like that evokes a memory for you, like food or drink wise, or you know, anything wise. It could be a song. Let me know in the comments. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion across on YouTube as well. It's funny the things you remember, isn't it, Craig?
It is, it really is. And sometimes you could, you know, eating away, drinking away, not thinking, not even thinking of the past. And as you say, you go and have something specific you've maybe not had for a few years of that, and all of a sudden it just evokes all these memories of in the past.
Another one for me is Thousand Island dressing, which is a salad dressing. If I ever see it anywhere, it reminds me of my mum, because we'd always go out for dinner as kids and she would have a sirloin steak with a jacket potato, salad, Thousand Island dressing. She would ask, "You got a Thousand Island dressing?" Everywhere that we went as a kid. It's just something now that I remember. I hate Thousand Island dressing as well,
I love
but it
it.
always reminds me of my mum.
I love it. I can only eat prawns when they're in the Thousand Island dressing.
Sorry?
I can only eat prawns when they're in the Thousand Island
well,
dressing.
hang on. I think Thousand Island is different though to like Mary Rose sauce.
Is that?
Which is like ketchup and mayonnaise together, isn't it? Like a sort
Yeah.
of a seafood sauce that you'd have. Yeah, Thousand Islands is different. I don't know how. I'm Googling,
Okay.
Craig. I'm
You do
Googling.
that. Well, I can't eat prawns unless they're in prawn marie sauce.
Right.
Can't eat prawn mayonnaise or prawns on their own. No, has to have the marie sauce.
So it's an American salad dressing and
Okay.
condiment based on mayonnaise that can include olive oil, lemon juice, orange juice, paprika, Worcestershire sauce, mustard vinegar, cream, chili, tomato puree, ketchup or Tabasco. It's a bit of an umbrella term, I think, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the difference?
It's got lots of extra things in, whereas a Mary Rose sauce is predominantly ketchup, mayonnaise. Sometimes got a bit of a dill in there as well. But yeah, I mean, they're all those kind of mayonnaise-based sauces that are much of a muchness, really, aren't they?
That are. To be
Gosh,
fair,
we've
that
talked
are.
about food and drink a lot
A
today,
lot.
even for us.
We do, don't we? But then you'll join in with us at home, so that's good as well. That's good. We all chat about food. But what I'm doing here, Joe, is I've lay over my sentiment die, so I'm going with the word happy, and I've popped it along the main image, and I've cut it out, because I need 2 P's. What I've done is I have popped the second P over the top, and what I'm doing is when it comes to the 2 of them, including the A, I'm keeping the little die bits that come out, so keeping a hold of them. Let's peel this one off. So we're left with our aperture that says happy. Then what I'm going to do is I'm bringing in a bright yellow background. And these ones I'm all going to put on flat, because what I'm going to do when it comes to the word happy, I'm going to lift them up, Joe, on foam pads.
Excellent. Well, I stand corrected, Craig. Terry Tom has called me out, and I think she might be right, Craig. She says, Joe, the coffee and tea being a diuretic and not counting as water intake theory was debunked in 2011, according to the internet. I take it back.
You can drink all the coffee you want now. Eliminate the water.
Someone get the kettle on, is what I say, based on that.
Yeah. It's funny, I do remember, obviously, what you said about coffee, but I didn't realise it had been defunct.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, that was quite a while ago,
It's nonsense.
2011.
2011. I mean, it wasn't even a minute ago. You know, it wasn't just. It's not. This is not new news. This is old news.
This is old. Yeah.
Claire Alcock says Ribena do a winter spice version later in the year, and if you have it warm, it tastes like mulled wine. Craig, have you had Vimto?
I've had it. Yeah.
Vimto, but not fizzy Vimto.
No.
So Vimto cordial was invented in Manchester around the time of Quakerism. Quakerism was like a movement that was you ate vegetarian food but didn't drink alcohol. So Vimto is invented as like this really thick, treacly cordial or dilutable drink, basically. Right. And now we have Vimto in the UK, and it's like a fizzy drink. But in the Middle East, it's still super popular, Craig. Where in places that don't drink alcohol, so I like Muslim countries. But it was invented in Manchester, like literally around the corner from my apartment in like 18 something.
Yeah,
there's a little tidbit of useless information for you today.
See, you say that, but I love all these little tidbits of information you give, Joe.
Maybe I'll share the Vimto song on my Crafts Companion Facebook page after this show to lift everyone's Wednesday. How about that?
Is that a liftable song, is it?
V-I-M-T-O. That's how the chorus goes. That's the only bit I know.
Okay.
But you can have it hot as well. That's what I was thinking.
So is that like D-I-S-C-O?
Pretty much, but it's a bit more hilarious than that.
That's it, Georgine. I couldn't think of the tune. D-I-S-C-O.
She is D, desirable. She is I, irresistible.
Oh, that just reminds me being in like Mallorca in the kids club.
Absolutely. We can't sing it for too long because we will have to pay some royalties. We've been using fine voice, haven't we, this week, Craig? We've sung a lot in these shows. I mean, it's a miracle we've still got anyone watching, to be honest.
I'm surprised. If anything, I have to say a massive thank you, because more and more of you have been joining us as the days go on. So it's lovely to see, and see that you enjoy these the wake-up calls just as much as we do having them, doing them. Love it. But now all that I'm doing is I've popped these on the back of foam pads.
If you wanted to, Craig, could you cut these in a completely different cardstock, like a mirror board, or like a matte black or something, and create a different effect?
What I would suggest is cut the word happy out again in black matte cardstock and create a little bit of an offset shadow with the word, with the letters, and then pop it on, and that would look really, really smart. But what I am doing very, very slightly is I'm already offsetting it to the left-hand side. So we are getting that yellow layer underneath, just shadowing through. So I'm finishing off with the Y, and then I'm coming back with the little in bits that I've die cut of the A, the P, and the P. And what we're going to do is using our tacky glue, well, I'm going to use the tacky glue, we're going to pop them in, back in again flat. So I'm popping a bit of glue in here, here, and then here. And then what we're going to do, let's get that in a minute. And I should say as well, although I'm saying I would do an offset in black, you could do it in any colour. So if you want to do offset in a deep orange, a deep yellow, or maybe you don't want to die cut the stamped impression, you might just want to use bold colours. You can. It's something that I say time and time again. Once you get these home, these are yours. You do whatever you like. There's no rules, you know, showing you how the concept works, different things that you can do, but you keep it as simple as you want, keep it as, or go all elaborate as you want, or if you want to just keep them as normal alphabet dies, because they are, let's put, for instance, the H is 1 inch by 1.5 inch. So it's 1 inch by 1.5 inch height. So they're all height-wise 1.5 inches, and depending on the actual letter, it'll differ width-wise. So these are sizable alphabets that you can be using within your scrapbook pages. So that is how the finished card looks if I turn it that way. So you can see happy popping through, and then the way that I've got this one looking, you can see how well that looks there. So the
really gorgeous
colours makes us all happy, doesn't it, Joe? Well, I like to think so.
If you wanted to, Craig, just thinking about it, could you multi-cut the letters with the same cardstock as you had in the background, and actually maybe use some very skinny foam pads and really like build them up if you wanted to, then with a pattern over the top? Do you get what I mean?
You can do that. You can absolutely do that. The other way that you can do it, instead of doing individual foam pads like I've done, cutting them down, if you've got our A4 foam sheets, then our die cuts, even these alphabets, these are going to cut these ones out. Pop your cardstock on the A4 foam sheet, that gives you a full layer of foam backing, then run them through it. All you need to do is peel the backing off. That's another way. But yeah, what you've said there, that's a perfect solution as well. Start
awesome.
to layer them up. Loads and loads of things that you can do with them. Debbie and Joe, they'll show you more coming up on Creative Cravings when you will see them again. This is the Eclipse stamp and die collection. 60 elements in total. So you're going to be 38.46 here in the UK, 45.32 for you guys stateside. As always, as I like to point out throughout the show, you know, everyone can get hold of them even across in Europe. Just go to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, and anything you see us using that we may not have on the show or we actually mention, always check out the website. That's the place to go for any of your essentials, Joe.
Brilliant. Well, I mean, I don't know how this has happened, Craig. Val Lloyd, have a guess what she's doing, Craig?
Trying not to look at the comments at the side of me. Pass.
She's drinking a Vimto cordial.
No way.
Watching Wake Up Call. Yep, there you are. I mean, I feel like we've gone full circle there. Denise says you learn so much from Joe. I love it. Well, I mean, whether it's useful or not, it remains to be seen, Denise, but I'm glad for the support. Karen says, I do love Wake Up Call. I don't miss even one show. That's awesome, Karen. Thank you for your support. If you do miss any of the Wake Up Calls, you know you can watch them back anytime over on our website as well, which is always lovely. The A-Team, Joe and Craig, education and a laugh with beautiful cards and loads of discounts. What's not to love? Sandra has just checked her point. She is approaching 9 times platinum. Whoa! Absolutely. One of our platinum. We had a word for them, didn't we? Not a Platty Plus. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me, Sandra. Bear with. Yes, so loads still to come in the show. If you want to see those, that'll be with Creative Cravings with myself and Debbie a little later today. Right, it's that time of the show where we talk about random crafts of kindness, and this week's it is from June Franco. Has sent in her random crafts of kindness. She says, when lockdown started, I made these mini cards to hand out to all essential workers out takeout windows, cashiers, etc., and the response was very well appreciated by the recipients. I didn't think the cards would make everyone who got one smile. It felt good to know I made someone's day with something so small. I think that's a beautiful story, don't you, Craig?
That's such a beautiful story.
Really
beautiful
lovely
story, but beautiful cards as well.
Gorgeous cards there too. If you want to share with us your random crafts of kindness, we'd love to hear about them and see them as well. And you can share an image and story of something you have made to brighten a stranger's day. Stories will be shared Wednesdays on Wake Up Call, and you can email them to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them. I want to talk about something else that's coming up a little later today in Creative Cravings. Every Creative Cravings show has a hero tool, and a hero tool essentially is something that we here at Crafters TV think every single craft room needs and you can't live without. And this is definitely one of them. It's the 8x8 stamping platform with the magnetic base as well. You get the 8x8 platform, the magnetic base. It's easy to use. You've got a massive stamping area on there as well, and it's really great for when you want to re-stamp something. Because of the little legs it sits into, you can re-stamp things, and also the magnets hold things down to stop it moving around. If you haven't got one of these, it's excellent. You've got 10% saving on this, and we've slapped a cheeky 50 bonus points on there as well, which is awesome. Right, we are going to share with you all the details and all the exciting ways. We've made some changes to the way we ship our products to you, so Ben's going to talk you through those. And why don't we show you how you can watch and shop at the same time too. Take a look.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
Lorraine on Facebook. With my first purchase in June, I will be 11 times platinum.
Wowzers.
Wow.
I think Stacey Hubble holds the record. I think she was 16 times, Craig, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
Wow. Amazing.
Wow.
Absolutely
Wow.
amazing that. Phenomenal when it comes to the platinums that you are. But you know, don't forget as well, with the amazing launches that we have, whether, and that's a good thing with us at Crafters Companion, you may like to go down the die cutting route, which we also have many launches on. You might like the stamping. Now, we might have die sets that's got stamps in them. For instance, obviously the Eclipse. But if you are a die-hard stamper, you can absolutely go your own route when it comes to the stamps as well. But then obviously we've got our soft crafts, we've got Bernie on a Sunday and that as well. So we really do have a lot of things to cater for, lots of different crafts. Even if it's not on our shows, you know, do check out our website, because it's not just Crafters Companion that we've got on the website as well. Everything that you shop goes to Club Inspire Spire. Just letting you know that if you didn't know already. But let's have a look and see what's coming up on Creative Cravens. This, of course, is going to be with Jo and Debbie herself. This is the Liftables die collection, 60 elements in total. $48.99 or $69.75. So every single one of you there, new to us or have been with us for some time, gets that saving at the bottom of your screen. But as we say, Club Inspire, you'll be paying even less than that. Now these ones here, yes, it's 6 sets on your screen, but your 60 elements come into play in the fact of every single die is separate. Now what that enables you to do is things like these. Now I'm going to show you the boards. I'm going to do it back to front. I'm going to show you what you can be creating. Now within this one here, we've got some gorgeous, cute little fairies. Now you can then cut them into wherever you want. Now once you've cut them out, you can, on the fairies, lift the wings up.
Beautiful.
So you can pull them up, even the small ones, Joe. You can pull the wings up when it comes to these ones here. So that is your fairy. Then you've got the love hearts. So within the love hearts here, all the side parts all pop up as well. So the center panel of the hearts, they stay in the place. So right down the center bit, enabling you to lift it. So with the hearts, you've got larger, you've got medium, you've got small, and you've got really small. This is a demo that I've done in the past. So we've gone from smaller cards, cut-in cards, now to big cards, with Father's Day in the same day here in the UK as well as stateside.
21st of June this year, Craig.
When, sorry?
21st of June, I think.
It must be the 20th, because my birthday's the 21st of June, which is the
20th.
Monday.
Sunday 20th.
So it must be Sunday the 20th, Father's Day. So there we go. And note the dies. Note the dies. What did we just use before?
Eclipse.
Then, what about your stepper cards? Single stepper, you do your double, your triple. This is your dragonflies again. The wings pop up. Let's just sort that wing. Then maybe in your actual die cut mats and layers. Don't need to keep the layers straight. You can then, of course, do them into circles. Because they're separate, it enables you to cut them wherever you want. It's entirely up to you. Or maybe you want to do your own backgrounds. So do your washes with your water reactive, your sparkle pens, aqua pots, anything like that, and create the background. So that's from one of each. So to make it that little bit more clearer is into how they look and how many you get, let's go through the boards. And this is what shows them off just beautifully. Now there is your dies, all in place here, all separate. Now this is where, when I showed you on the finished samples, all the little petals, Joe, they all pop out. And you could then, of course, put little gems in the middle, pattern paper on the back if you want. Lots of different ways in which you can use them. The love hearts, so this one is simply called hearts. I'm going to be using this within my demo. And what I'm going to do within my demo is a DL card, slightly bigger than a slimline card. This is to show you you can do them and use them in all different card sizes. Look at the butterflies.
Gorgeous, aren't they?
Look, aren't they gorgeous? So whether it's your large or medium with your decorative die cut wings, or you've got your kind of like your silhouette aperture effect butterflies, all of these have the wings that pop out. Then we've got the stars that I'd made that Father's Day card with. Then we've got, this is where we have got the fairy. She is simply divine. So if we go for the largest one here, and then popping the wings up, and you've got another 3 as well. Lovely looking fairy. Last but not least, we've got the dragonflies. So dragonflies, all of these are the concept of the liftables. So the main basis of either, the dragonfly or the fairy or anything like that stays in place. But what happens is the surrounding area all pops up when it comes to the finished sample. And talking about that, what about either home decor? Little backdrop lights, tea lights that are battery operated, or either your battery operated tea light candles, lights, anything like that you can start to use and incorporate. So many things you can do with them, Joe.
Yeah, so versatile, aren't they?
They really, really are.
Peg is well over 20 times platinum, Craig.
Well
20 times.
over.
Well over 20 times platinum. She does sell over 1,000 cards a year though at the farmers market, so that's how she can justify her glorious hobby. I think that's awesome.
Wow.
June's thanking us as well for the free shipping on the new collection she just checked out too, which is awesome. Lots of you have gone for that. Make sure you are tuning in again at 3 p.m. Today when I'll be here with Sarah for 2 hours of fabulous inspirations. She's got a lot of demos planned, Craig, from what I hear.
Yeah, I can't say I've had a sneak peek. I've had a look at the pile of demos that she's got, and there is lots. There's lots and lots and lots that you can do with them. Also, just to say as well, in the farmer market, as crafters, I firmly believe at this moment in time, and I don't mean this moment in time with COVID and all that, but maybe over the last 18 months, 2 years prior to COVID, a lot of people are wanting homemade now. You know, instead of going out to the shops, you know, they're wanting things homemade. And I firmly believe when it comes to cards and home decor, as a crafter, we are at that perfect position, that perfect point. Is if you want to make and sell, then go for it. Lots of people are screaming out for handmade cards or projects, whether it's farmer markets, craft fairs, whether it's Facebook, Insta.
Didn't you used to put something like a little cafe or something, Craig, when you started out?
I did.
Yeah.
So a good number of years, my local cafe in Carnoustie, Franco's, they took my cards and I would sell them through there. What I done is I sold them because as crafters we need to make a bit of money back because we've used our own cardstock, etc., etc. But I gave a little percentage to Crohn's and Colitis and Dogs Trust here in the UK, and yeah, they were more than happy to stock my cards. And then other people had seen them, or there'd be regular customers and they'd contact me direct and, you know, asking, you know, can I make a specific one for family members? All these different things that you can do, and that's key with all our ranges. Every one of them, there is no angel policy, which means that you can then, of course, make whatever you like for yourself or for personal or charity profit.
Awesome. Yeah, and the great thing is, because of obviously, you know, all of our products designed in-house, Craig, you can knock yourself out, can't you? Fill your boots when it comes to making to sell with obviously our Crafts Companion products.
Yeah, because the thing is we already know by now you love our product, so you're going to come back and buy our new launches or our cardstock or that. But the thing is, it's also enabling you to earn a little bit of money. And that's what it's all about. Go for it. Have fun.
Fund your crafty habit.
Fund your crafty habit for sure. Maybe you've not got these liftables. These enable you to make really quick but such eye-popping cards when it comes to the finished result. So what I'm doing is I've taken a piece of our white smooth stamping card and I've cut this to 3.5 by 8 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop one of the larger ones within the middle, and then I'm going to go for a couple of the medium ones. Let's see, actually, let's do a medium, 2 large, no, that's not going to play ball with my eye, that's going to annoy me. So let's go, Georgina's laughing here, I think she understands where I'm coming from. So let's go there, and then let's go there. Let's take another small one, and then let's take another small one here. So the reason that these are separate, which means you can place them wherever you like, there's no specific way, because what we could have done, Joe, is create a card style platform die, and all of these were all in place. So you would be limited as to where you could use them and pop them, but because they're all separate, it means that you can literally pop them wherever you like. And that is one of the great things, one of many good things about these when it comes to the dies.
Absolutely, and I think the great thing is total customization, isn't it, Craig? You know, obviously, you know, we'll do things like dies, you know, that cut in, that are beautiful and they're arranged all for you. But with this, I mean, it really is, talking about versatility, Craig, you arrange them. Every time you create something with these dies and you cluster them together, you're creating something unique every single time because the placement is completely up to you. And it means that you can do the biggest project you've ever done with them or the smallest project you've ever done with them. You've got something that's the right size for it, and you're able to put the multiples of it that you need on there. I think it's such a clever idea.
I do, and it's one of those where you think, why has it not been thought of sooner? But it hasn't, and it has now, and you can, of course, as you say, do them in so many different ways. Now I've taken my dies off because I've actually forgot to do the little bit of the crucial point. So what I'm going to do now is taking my cardstock and I'm going to tear with my fingers down the edge.
Oh, Craig.
And I'm pulling towards me, so I'm going to get this feathered edge all the way around. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a little bit at a time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around again, turning it around, pulling towards me. And what I'm doing is, you know, we're getting it in a straight-ish line, but what we're also doing is then just getting into all these little indent bits that have been torn off. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add the dies into place. So we're going for more of a rustic feel here. And popping these ones back in roughly where I want them to go. Let's pop that one in. And
Completely changes it, doesn't it?
It
by
does.
tearing that edge.
It really does. It's amazing as to how much a torn edge or even a distressed edge can look completely different. And all you're doing is tearing it. You might have some dies that do torn edge effects, like we had them in Vintage Diaries or Letters from the Hearts. But I think it was Vintage Diary, was it?
It was indeed.
One of them, or you might have the actual distress tool that we have, but then nothing like doing a little bit of tearing as well that works well. And then within all these dies, Joe, what you've got, certainly when it comes to the heart, you've got all of these little hearts that also come out. So they all come out, and you could be using them elsewhere into your makes if you want. And that's what we're going to do in a moment or two. So taking these ones off, and then I've also already cut pattern paper from our Year of Crafts 8x8 paper pad, and I'm going to layer this one on top. But when it comes to my adhesive, Joe, I'm going to go all the way round. I'm not going to go onto this liftable aspect because that's going to hold them down. I'm going to go all the way round. I'm going to use my tacky glue because that's my preference.
Awesome. Lots of you sharing stories with us still. Sandy says, just finished 35 cards for a nursing home, Father's Day and birthday. Just got my card dye apron and a hunky-dory for him in too. We'd love to see some pictures of them, Sandy. If you'd like to share it with us as one of our random crafts of kindness, then absolutely you can do that. You know how to do that. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. Attach a few pictures and would love to share them next week. Just to say as well, we've had some really touching stories in this week for Random Crafts of Kindness, and we're really looking forward to sharing them with you next week and the subsequent weeks after that as well. So if you do want to get any of your Random Crafts of Kindness in, please get them in. Attach some photos. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk.
What I would say when it comes to crafters out there, so many of you are so humble, but do you know what? We want to give you the recognition for what you've been doing. We really do. And do you know something? Some of the products that you've used or made might not necessarily be all of ours, but the fact is, just please send them in. That's not what it's about. That's about giving you the recognition for what you're doing, because as crafters here, it can be hard work. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort goes into making cards and making the amount that you do at home. So please send them in. And what Georgina's just said there, and she's absolutely spot on, you will help to inspire others as well. So do please, at least if you're maybe a bit nervous or that, please don't, send in your makes with your story. It would be so lovely to see and also read out.
Brilliant, yes, and keep getting them in, and we'll share them again next Wednesday and going forward too.
Now I've layered that one on and I've popped the actual liftable elements out, you can see here. And then what I'm going to do again for time and speed. Now I could use my tape or my tape runner. All that would happen is I would flatten the die cut element, but it doesn't matter. You just pop them up again. So what I'm going to do is pop that one on to this is a DL card blank. But of course this could easily be a slimline card blank. Now these die cut hearts that have popped out, I've already got some here that I've already popped foam pads on the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix and match the size. So I'm going to go in to here with the largest one. I'm going to go in to the medium ones. with an even
I
smaller
love this idea,
heart.
Craig.
Then I'm going to do the same with another medium one. So using them back into your card or project, or keep them as shaker aspects. Just do not throw them away. I'm going to go into that one there. And then last but not least, let's go into this one here. Now, these two hearts I've put in, you can see that my hearts, I've used the exact same small hearts. What I should have done, if I bring in this one that I've already done, I actually use larger hearts so that you can see we've got that same effect all the way down. Only reason I've pre-done this is I've popped some gems all the way round. And then what I've done is using little die alphabets that we've got that I know many of you have had in goodie bags in the past. I've put I love you, and then we can pop it wherever you want. It could be whatever image or sentiment that you want. Popping that one on, and then there we go. We've got what is either a DL card or it could be a slimline card that you can see here, using the liftable heart aspect of the collection. But you could do that with the stars, you could do that with the dragonflies, the butterflies, the florals if you want. You can do that aspect with all of them. It's entirely up to yourself. But that, as well as more, are going to be on Creative Cravens with Debbie and Joe. That, of course, being the end of the day here in the UK, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And that is part of the liftable die collection, 60 elements in total, $48.99 here in the UK, $69.75 for you guys stateside. And that is where you've got your 6 packs. However, you've got that 60 die elements in total, Joe.
Excellent. Loads and loads of love for those. Remember, they're going to be featured during that Creative Craving show a little later. We have spoke about it a lot through the show, but I do want to remind you again about Random Crafts of Kindness. We've had loads of really lovely ones coming in today and this week, and we're going to be sharing them with you next week and in the subsequent weeks as well. Please get yours into a share an image and story of something you've made to brighten a stranger's day. And we'll share them during Wednesday's Wake Up Call. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them into. So make sure you get them in, because it is really lovely. As Craig said, you know, maybe it's using all our Crafts Companion stuff, or maybe it's a mixture of things. Maybe it's some of the stuff that you love from other brands. That's not what it's about. What it's about is us giving you the recognition, as Craig said, for some of the awesome, selfless things that you do. There was a bit on the news yesterday, Craig, about volunteering during the pandemic and how volunteering is up like 400% or something during the pandemic. There's something like 800,000 people in the UK volunteered for the first time. That's 800,000. Let's go with hundreds of thousands. It was definitely in the hundreds.
Yeah.
But it's really, really inspiring, some stories. You know, people doing really lovely, selfless things for each other.
Really?
And I think, you know, as much as it has been a really tough year and a half for a lot of people, I think it's made us appreciate a lot of things, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Completely agree with what you were saying there. And it's just, it's nice. It's horrible that what we've gone through has had to bring this out. However, it's nice to see that, you know, everyone do, most of the time, most of the places do get together and help exactly where they can. So it is lovely to see in people's time and need. But what we're going to do before we actually end the show, manage to save a couple of minutes so that I could show you these ones again. These are so popular. I am not surprised. You guys stateside are loving the free shipping that you are getting. Of course, here in the UK Platinum, you know, you'll be getting that anyway. But this is launch day, so this is our Centerpiece die collection. So this is our Centerpiece Create a Card die collection. 8 dies, so you've got your 8 element dies, and then you're getting 10 sheets of Centura Pearl, 310 GSM cardstock that is coloured bronze, £62 here in the UK, $80 for you guys stateside. Of course, across in Europe, then you just head across to crafterscompanion.eu, here in the UK.com, and for you guys stateside.com. Everything that you've got there is going to be across on the website. And actually, even then, let's show you how you're getting that incredible saving when it comes to the Create a Card Centerpiece. So if you were to go for them all individually, which are $9.99 or $12.95, including the Centura Pearl Bronze cardstock, you're going to be usual price £82.91 or $108.09. today's price, £62 or $80. And then with that saving, you have got a really good saving. When it comes to that one there, it's gone. Anyway, you can see you had a really good saving there, so I'm not surprised that that has been absolutely jam-packed busy when it comes to the show. I am back tomorrow, same time, same place, with Joe again. We are going to be doing it all over again. We've got another day jam-packed. I actually had a little bit of a look as to what we've got coming up tomorrow.
What have we got?
Another good day, and let's just say we're going to go for a record when it comes to demos.
Wowzers.
We're going to do a wake-up call. Quite a few that we've got planned.
Well, it's been lovely, Craig. Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me gate crash. I described myself yesterday accidentally as a streaker on your wake-up call, which is something completely different to a gate crasher. Yes, so gate crashing for the rest of the, for the rest of the week, in fact. So I'll be here with you tomorrow and also on the next day on Friday. I'm looking forward to it.
I am as well. Fab. Wake-up call with Craig and Joe. Love it. Rightio. Well, have a lovely rest of the day enjoying, of course, launch day and Creative Cravens with Sarah and then with Debbie. I will see you, as I say, same time tomorrow, 12 p.m. here in the UK, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Pacific Time, where we're going to have Thursday's edition of Wake Up Call. Don't forget, get across to the website, get those Centerpieces dies into your basket and checked out so that know that you're yours, because Sarah's demos are phenomenal. I've seen the pile. Have a lovely day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.